Hey everyone, welcome to Income Talk Podcast, The Organized Mindset. I'm DJ Mikey D, coming at you to drop some beats on your brain, not your turntables. We're talking about the real foundation of getting your life together, getting organized. Be sure you visit IncomeTalkPodcast.com to listen to the full show. Also, be sure to download the workbook, spreadsheets, and other productivity tools that will help you get organized, whether that be your financials, business, or personal life. I got you covered. So here's the track I want to spin for you today, being organized. It's way more than just a series of habits like making your bed or having a perfect filing system. Nah, it's a mindset. It's a whole vibe that starts up here in your thinking, and then it reveals itself in your actions. Our brains are literally designed to solve problems, right? And that feeling of overwhelm, that I can't even feeling, that sets in when we feel like we can't solve a problem or take the action we need to. That's a mindset issue, my friends. How we set our mind totally dictates our actions. That's why people yo-yo with their behavior. You clean out the garage on a Saturday, feel amazing, and by Tuesday it's a disaster zone again. The desire to be orderly, to have that peace, that happens in your thoughts long before you ever pick up a trash bag or buy a label maker. So how do you shift that mindset? You start by making a decision. Decide that organization isn't a chore, it's a solution. It's the solution to that morning scramble looking for your keys, the solution to that Sunday night dread about the week ahead. Decide that being in command of your home, your schedule, your business, that's a good, powerful, solution-focused thing. You got to commit to this lifestyle of order and peace in your mind first. That commitment is the fuel that lets you take action even when you're dead tired. And the results, pride in your space, way less anxiety, a peaceful environment, more room for creativity, even better health. It's a whole package deal. Now, let's talk about a sneaky kind of clutter. It's not just physical stuff, it's your calendar. With busy families, endless activities, work stuff, social stuff, commitments can pull you in every direction, and you can't get organized without intention if you're never even home. So one of the very first steps to becoming more organized is to declutter your calendar. You have the ability, and I'd argue the responsibility, to say no. I've got some tips for streamlining those commitments. First, make no your automatic response if your schedule is already full. Seriously, most people will not be offended by a kind, "I'm so sorry, I'm booked that day." Second, have a family meeting. Sit down and decide together what the real priorities are. What needs to happen to keep your home running? If the cost of saying yes, your sanity, your family time, your rest is too high, then declining is absolutely the right choice. Third, do a little audit. Ask yourself, why am I making this commitment? Is it out of guilt, obligation, or do I truly, genuinely enjoy it? If you're not a heck yes about it, consider stopping. And finally, try a commitment fast. For 1 month, cut out all the unnecessary stuff. See if you feel more refreshed, less harried, and more on top of your actual chores and your rest. It's a game changer. All right, let's mix in some practical tools. These support the mindset. Spreadsheets, my friends. Don't groan. They are a wonderful silent partner in organization. Use them to manage birthdays, track bill payments, save important dates, store addresses for holiday cards. The great thing is they're easily edited. You can store them in the cloud, and they reduce paper clutter. It's a simple system that does the remembering for you, so your brain is free for bigger things. Again, check IncomeTalkPodcast.com and download our productivity tools. Now, here's a connection you might not have thought about. Confidence and organization. They're best friends. Confident people operate from a place of problem-solving and efficiency. They are not getting tripped up by that inner critic saying you'll mess it up. They take action because they believe in what they're doing. That confidence generates the belief that tasks can and will get done. So how do you build this confidence? A few ways. Manage your stress. When you're less stressed, that negative chatter quiets down. Learn a new organizational hack. Solving even a small problem gives your confidence a boost. Surround yourself with supportive, confident people who energize you, not drain you. And finally, teach someone a tip you know. Sharing your wisdom reminds you of your own capabilities. You know more than you think. Being organized is a mindset that leads to a streamlined, peaceful, and honestly, a more successful life. It begins with a decision, a commitment. I am a person who solves problems. I am in command of my space and my time. Then it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about choosing peace over chaos in your mind first. So make that decision today. Start with one thing. Say no to one commitment. Make one spreadsheet. Teach one tip to a friend. That's how the mindset shift begins. You support that with practical steps, decluttering your calendar using tools like spreadsheets and building your confidence muscle. You've been listening to Income Talk Podcast, The Organized Mindset. I'm DJ Mikey D. Remember, the rhythm of an organized life starts in your head. Keep the beat, and I'll catch you next time. Stay locked into the next segment of this podcast where we discuss whether or not a messy home can affect your sleeping habits right after these messages from our sponsors. Peace out.
Hey, Income Talk Podcast fans, are you a content creator, a blogger, or podcaster? One of the many greatest challenges is trying to advertise your content, especially if you are hosting affiliate programs or AdSense content. Oftentimes, you are disapproved because of conflict of interest in who you are sponsoring, even though social media platforms will not disclose the reasons. No worries, Income Talk Podcast has opened up the opportunity for you to expose your content at an affordable investment. We get thousands of daily visits directly to our website, plus tons of traffic from our social media engagements and shared posts. All you have to do is visit incometalkpodcast.com, click on banner advertising at the top of the page, and follow instructions to upload your ad banner. Be sure you understand the ad policy before paying for your banner ad. As a bonus, we will give a shout out to our business sponsors on an upcoming podcast, which will be shared and posted on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, and other podcast channels. What are you waiting for? Get your business the exposure you need. Thank you for your interest in allowing us to convey your message to our audience. Reach out if you have any questions. Now on to the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to Income Talk Podcast Segment 2, where we are asking the question, could your sleep be affected by a messy home? I'm DJ Mikey D, coming at you to spin some tracks for your brain and talk about one of my favorite topics, getting that quality sleep. Now, if you're listening to this, maybe you're like a lot of people I talk to. You're just not sleeping right, tossing, turning, staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, and you've tried the usual stuff, right? Cutting caffeine, turning off the phone, maybe even some melatonin. But what if I told you the culprit might be your couch or your kitchen counter or that pile of laundry in the corner of your bedroom that's been there since, I don't know, last Tuesday? We're talking about mess, clutter, chaos, and how it's directly wiring your brain for a bad night. See, there are plenty of medical reasons for sleeplessness, we know that, but if you've ruled out the big ones, your environment is a huge player, and here's the vicious cycle. Stress and overwhelm make it hard to keep up with chores. The mess builds up. And that mess, it causes more stress. Your brain sees chaos, it goes on alert. That anxiety then makes it impossible to wind down and sleep. And then you're tired, so you're more stressed and overwhelmed the next day, and the mess gets worse. It's a feedback loop nobody wants to be in. Studies back this up. People in chronically messy homes have higher stress levels. And that stress is the enemy of sleep. It's not just, oh, I wish my place was cleaner. It's your body physically reacting. Your home should be your sanctuary, your safe zone to decompress from the world. But if you're walking into visual clutter, maybe some odd smells, tripping over shoes, spending 10 minutes looking for your keys, your body isn't getting the all-clear signal. It's staying in go mode. Let's break down how this works on a hormonal level, because it's fascinating. When your brain perceives chaos, and a messy room is chaos to our primal wiring, it tells your body to keep pumping out cortisol. That's the stress hormone. It's the get up and deal with that tiger chemical. Problem is, there's no tiger. It's just a stack of unopened mail and some dirty dishes. But the cortisol is still flowing. And while cortisol is up, the hormones that are supposed to gently lull you into sleep, like melatonin, can't do their job properly. Your body is too busy being on high alert from the clutter to relax. This disruption hits in 3 key spots in your day. First, trying to fall asleep in a messy bedroom. An unkempt space isn't functional or visually calming. Your eyes are darting around at the piles instead of gently closing. Second, waking up to a messy home. That spikes your anxiety from the moment your feet hit the floor. Your morning becomes a stressful obstacle course, and that cortisol surge from the mess lingers, making it harder to wind down again at night. And third, coming home to chaos. You can't transition from work stress to home peace. Your safe haven feels unsafe, or at least unsettled. That can trigger negative moods, even contribute to feelings of depression, which, of course, wrecks sleep even more. Okay, enough of the problem. Let's talk solutions, because you can absolutely change this dynamic. The most powerful game changer? A pre-bedtime tidy. Seriously, spending just 10 to 15 minutes putting the main living areas to rights before you hit the sack is magic. It calms your mind because you're actively creating order, and it ensures you wake up to a tidy space, which sets a completely different tone for your day. It's a gift to your future slightly groggy self. Some practical tips to make this work: get a basket for each person in the house. Stray toys, books, random stuff. Toss it in the owner's basket, deal with it later. Officially close the kitchen after dinner cleanup, dishes done, counters wiped, lights off. It's a mental signal that the work part of the day is over. Use a family checklist on the fridge so everyone knows one small task they can do. And this is a big one. Place everything you need for the next day: bag, keys, lunch, gym clothes by the front door. Eliminate that morning rush, can do wonders for the mindset as you start your day. Now, your bedroom deserves that VIP treatment. This is ground zero for sleep impact. A cluttered room isn't just ugly. It can harbor dust and allergens that affect your breathing all night. It can be a tripping hazard if you get up. Your goal is a sanctuary, comfortable bedding, maybe a soothing color on the walls, and most importantly, surfaces you can see, a clear nightstand, a floor you can walk on. Make this room a no-clutter zone. It has the most direct line to your sleep quality. The key to all of this isn't a one-time mega clean, though that can feel great. It's routine. First, commit to being a better housekeeper for your own sanity. Then, make a plan that fits your life. Maybe you delegate chores. Maybe you hire a cleaner every other week for the big stuff. Maybe it's just you and a timer for 20 minutes a day. Then protect that time. Schedule it. Hold yourself and your family gently accountable. In the beginning, it might feel like a burden, but once it becomes habit, you will feel the difference. A more comfortable home, dramatically reduced stress. And finally, my friends, a better, deeper, more restorative night's sleep. You deserve that sanctuary. Start building it tonight. This has been DJ Mikey D on the Sleep Sanctuary. Until next time, keep it clean and sleep easy. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter at incometalkpodcast.com and get email tips on topics that will help you increase your productivity or put more money in your pockets. Peace out, my party peeps.
Thank you for listening to our show. We have created the ultimate financial budget workbook and spreadsheet. The template includes various features for managing finances. The template allows customization of the themes and currency. It includes sheets for input data, transactions, monthly budget, calendar, syncing funds, and a debt calculator. To purchase our budgeting workbook and monthly budget spreadsheet, please visit incometalkpodcast.com. That is www.incometalkpodcast.com to download it. Get ahead of the tax game before the new year. For a limited time only, you can purchase it for just $20. So what are you waiting for? Thank you for listening. Now back to the show.